Ha 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 ha, oh my god, Semi, you are so stupid. Yeah? Tell it to my face then, you brat. Oh trust me, I will. Good, because I'm coming over. You do? Yeah, wait for me. Fine. Shirabu smiled to himself, put the phone under his nose to cover his smile, and closed his eyes. His parents were away on a business trip to Korea and weren't supposed to be back till another week, so the boy was glad that his boyfriend wanted to keep him company. Shirabu felt lucky to know that Semi reciprocated his feelings, despite the slightly complicated relationship they had at the very beginning. His thoughts were disturbed by the sound of the front door opening. Shirabu, feeling too lazy to get out of his bed at the moment, decided to reach for the phone. I'm upstairs in my room. Okay, I'll be there in like 5 minutes. Shirabu chuckled quietly. Wow Semi, are you a snail? Climbing upstairs it's not even 1 minute. Semi read the message with obvious confusion and wrote back. I know but I'm not in your house yet. He was answered by silence. He saw Shirabu read his message, but didn't reply. Besides, what did he mean with those messages? Semi knew his house like his own. After a while, however, he got a video call notification from his boyfriend. He picked it up immediately, stopping at the forest exit near Shirabu's house. The first thing that caught his eye was the shocked face of his boyfriend looking at him focused, and the second was the terror when the boy apparently heard something, turning his head towards the door to his room. Semi wanted to start asking the questions, but before he could open his mouth he heard a whisper. If you are outside, who entered my house? The gray-haired boy froze when he heard these words. Hide in the closet. He just said and started running to his beloved's house, ending the video call. Shirabu did as he was told, went and hid in the wardrobe. He cursed himself mentally for letting his mother take his knife, which he normally always kept under his pillow. Now he didn't even have anything to defend himself, and he didn't even know his opponent. After a few minutes, he heard the front door slam and loud footsteps going up the stairs. He knew that it was Semi, so he wanted to open the closet, but through its holes he noticed golden eyes with cat pupils, watching him closely. What the? Shirabu rubbed his eyes and looked again, but there was nothing there. I think I'm hallucinating. The door to his room opened and Semi ran to his wardrobe, quickly opening it and hiding the smaller one in his arms. Oh my god. I'm so glad you're okay. Shirabu cuddled up to him, wondering if he should tell Semi about what he had just seen or not. But he decided not to do it. The eyes he saw could not belong to any human, they were golden and their shape too angular and too bulging, almost falling out of their sockets to belong to any human. Let's search the house to see if nothing is missing. I made so much noise that whoever entered here must have already escaped. Shirabu nodded. But I take the pan with me. Semi laughed and placed the light kiss on his beloved forehead. As you wish. After the house was searched, only the basement left. I don't want you to see me as a coward, but anything but the basement. Oh, is Semi-senpai afraid of something? Semi pouted, as he crossed his arms over his chest. Shirabu chuckled under his breath and hugged him from behind. I'm just kidding. Today you showed me that you are really brave. Semi grabbed his hands and pushed them slightly away to immediately turn to Shirabu and hug him again. You don't even know how worried I was that I wouldn't make it on time and something would happen to you. Semi whispered, not sure if he wanted Shirabu to hear it or not. Shirabu, however, heard him very well and blushed deeply, hiding his face in his shirt. So cheesy. But you like it, you brat. As if. So what do we do with the basement? I mean, my parents closed it before they left, so we don't need to worry about that. Oh okay. Wanna watch a movie? Yeah, the newest part of Annabelle. Why scary movie? Are you perhaps scared? PFF, you wish. It's okay, your senpai is here to protect you. I swear I hate you. Of course you do. The boys turned on the movie and started watching. In the middle of the movie, Semi noticed a strange shadow walking up the stairs, so he quickly turned around, but there was no one there. You okay? Semi looked at the stairs for a moment longer, then turned to the shorter one. Yeah, just. Semi paused, wondering if he should tell Shirabu about it or not, but decided that the boy had enough impressions for today, so he fell silent. Just optical illusion. Oh, okay. Shirabu focused back on the movie and Semi on Shirabu's cute face, adoring it fully. Look at the screen, not at me. And why not? You wanted a horror movie, so watch it. Fine, fine. When the movie was over, Shirabu fell asleep on Semi. Semi shook his shoulder slightly. Let's go to bed, hun. Shirabu muttered something under his breath. I'll take it as okay. Semi stood up slowly, helping Shirabu to stand up as well, then turned off the TV. It was dark in the room, but the boy knew exactly how to move to get to the stairs. When he was about to climb them with his boyfriend, he noticed a face in the mezzanine window. Semi tensed immediately, blindly searching for the light switch. What's up? Asked Shirabu, who had woken up, worried about his beloved's sudden tense. At this point, Semi turned on the light, still keeping an eye on the window. The strange gray face with golden eyes magically disappeared. Nothing. I just thought I saw someone. Shirabu froze instantly. How did they look? Shirabu asked, quickly taking out his phone and writing something on their volleyball team group chat. I'll tell you in your room. Okay. The trip upstairs was terribly long for them, and besides, every little sound or strange shadows made the two boys tense at once. Once they reached Shirabu's room, they sat down on his bed. Semi was leaning against the frame, legs along the bed, and Shirabu lying on Semi's shoulder, letting his legs dangle off the ground. Tell me. How did they look? Semi looked at him with a serious face that softened after a short while. Fine. It was a gray, almost black face, no nose, and the lips were almost bloody. The eyes were golden and golden and angular? Yes. How did you know? I saw them too. But I thought it was just my imagination. Shirabu tensed suddenly. Semi hugged his waist and started stroking his skin, trying to loosen him a little. Hey, calm down. We can always come to my house, it's only 10 minutes by foot. It's not this. And what? Shirabu looked at him with fear in his eyes. I feel someone's breath on my feet. FCK Semi quickly jumped off the bed and ran around the bed, grabbing his boyfriend's hand and running with him towards the door. Call the police. And what are we gonna tell them? Some strange non-human being is in our house, to be exact under my bed? They'll think we're high or drunk. But at least they will come. You're right. As Shirabu pulled out his phone, the light bulb above their heads exploded and the room fell dark. FCK, FCK, FCK. I have no signal. SHT. We must try to get out of here as soon as possible. The boys ran down the hall and headed to the stairs, but in front of them, they could hear the sound of more glass breaking. We're left with no lights. Not quite. Shirabu turned on the phone's flashlight, lighting them their way. Watch out for the glass. You too. The boys managed to run to the door, but they were not able to open it. Where did you put the keys? I left them in the doors, just in case, but they are not here anymore. Are we gonna die today? Shirabu asked more quietly than before, but Semi still heard that. No, I won't let it happen. Don't be so sure about it. An old, deep, low voice echoed through the house, making both boys shiver. The face Semi had seen earlier emerged from the door with golden eyes that flashed red after a moment. The kitchen doors. Shirabu whispered before taking a step back and hissing quietly in pain. A piece of bulb glass stuck into his foot, but now there wasn't time to take it out and, moreover, dress it. They both ran to the kitchen, checking the rest of the door on the way, but the door, as well as the kitchen door, refused to open even under Semi's strong kicks. Bold of you to assume that you can escape me. We have to hide. Semi whispered. But where? If all doors that should be open are closed, maybe it works the other way too. What do you mean? The basement is our last chance. They both stared at each other for a moment. Shirabu full of doubts and Semi full of hope. I guess it's worth a try. The boys went to the basement and, indeed, Semi's theory was correct. The door swung open with minimal pressure, letting both boys in. Semi immediately closed the door from the inside and started to go down the stairs, examining the room slightly lit by the flashlight. You know what, now that we're here it doesn't seem so scary. Shirabu laughed softly and sat down on the old couch, leaning the flashlight against her side. Semi turned to the door one more time to check if all locks were locked, and then he noticed the bloody footprints. He immediately turned to the boy who was trying to remove a piece of glass from his leg. Oh my god, why didn't you tell me? Adrenaline is a great painkiller, and a bleeding leg is nothing compared to death. Semi took Shirabu's hands away from his foot. This piece is too big, and it's probably stuck really deep, you can't just pull it out. Semi tore a piece of his t-shirt and wrapped the wound as best he could, stabilizing the glass so it wouldn't move too much. Hopefully there is no infection. Shirabu nodded, watching his beloved's actions. We need to get you to the hospital as soon as possible. We have to wait. I wrote on the group that someone had broken into my house and I needed help, but it was an hour of training. We have to wait until it's over and then someone will come to help us. We can't wait that long. You have any better idea? Semi looked around the room, noticing a small window above the old table. Yes. Semi got up quickly and ran towards the table. Shirabu quickly realized what Semi wanted to do. That's actually a really good idea. Semi climbed into a table, which made a loud creak. In that moment Shirabu started doubting the idea. Semi, you better get down from there, this table is really old and can fall apart at any moment. I'll be fine. Semi reached to the window and opened it. Both eyes sparkled with hope. Come here, I'll help you climb. Semi said, moving slightly to make a space for the other, but at that moment there was a loud crash and the table collapsed. Semi. Shirabu quickly ran up to the boy, and pulled him from the slots of the table, completely ignoring his aching foot. Semi, are you okay? Please answer me. The boy shook the taller body, looking at his calm face. Shirabu hugged him tightly, feeling the hot tears falling down his cheeks at Semi's t-shirt. Semi, please wake up. The boy felt a grip on his waist and heard a guttural grunt against his ear. What happened? Oh my god, Semi, you are okay? Yeah. But what happened? The table. It broke while you were on it. You must have banged your head against the wall. Oh. I see. Semi moved slightly away from Shirabu and cupped his face in his hands, wiping away his tears. Calm down. I'm fine. How can I calm down? You passed out. What if you wouldn't wake up? But I woke up, and I'm with you. The loud bang filled the room. The two boys jumped in place, looking back to the door. It found us. There was a next bang, and the next one. I'll try to move the couch closer to the window. After these words, the bangs stopped. Semi stood up slowly and offered a hand to Shirabu, who tried to get up. His foot with a piece of glass, however, refused him, and the boy, not prepared for it, immediately fell down. Semi, however, caught his waist quickly enough and saved him from hitting a floor. He picked him up slowly and sat on the couch, seating the younger in his lap. So we sit and wait. Do you know you can run away alone and seek help? I won't leave you alone. Semi responded sharply, pulling him closer to him. Shirabu wrapped his arm around his neck, resting his head against his chest. They sat there for a while, until they were forced to cover their ears. It drove fingernails across the basement door, making a noise like a school blackboard. It lasted for about 5 minutes and then there was silence again. The boys began to wonder what it would do next, but they didn't have to wait long to find out. In the dim light of the flashlight, they could spot a black fog entering the room through a crack under the door. Shirabu closed his eyes, guessing where this was going, and returned his head to Semi's chest, where he could listen to his boyfriend's slightly accelerated heartbeat. I am glad that you could be the last person I will see before I die. Please, don't say that. You won't die. It's fine. I'm ready. A strange shadow formed into the form of a humanoid and, with a bloody smile, approached them, laughing ominously. Say goodbye. Semi grabbed his boyfriend's chin with 2 fingers and placed a light kiss on his lips. You, love. The door from the basement opened wide and the room filled out with the light. You, shut the FCK up and don't destroy my ship. The 2 boys immediately opened their eyes to see the strange shadow thing disappear. Tendo. Sorry for being late. You saved us. You're welcome. Wakatoshi is calling the police and I'll call the ambulance now, but Semi, take Shirabu outside. Sure. After they were done in hospital they went to Semi's house. It was 2 a.m., so they went to sleep, just wanting the new day to start. Shirabu woke up at 12 a.m. in an empty, cold bed. Semi? I'm going. Don't get up, the doctor said to watch your leg. Okay. After a few minutes, Semi entered the room with pancakes on which there were candles. Shirabu frowned, not fully understanding what was happening. Semi put the plate of pancakes on the nightstand and crouched down next to the younger one, kissing his forehead. The shorter one blushed slightly as he looked into the taller one's eyes. Happy birthday, sunshine. Semi pulled out a white rose and a beautifully wrapped gift from under the bed. Shirabu looked at him with clear confusion. Today's 4th of May. Your birthday. Oh. Shirabu thought for a moment, then finally understood what was happening. Oh. Semi laughed and pushed the plate of pancakes closer to Shirabu. Make a wish and blow out the candles. Shirabu did so with a slight smile, then pushed his plate away, jumping at Semi. Watch your leg. I'll be fine. Today we stay in bed. Fine. I love you. I love you too.